Hi, my name is Jesse. I own the Music Connection, CD store, and DJ service. I've been in business now for about 29 years. Long time. I've had some very, very good times, and I've had some very difficult times. And ACCION was there for me when it got difficult. At the beginning, didn't need anything. No big deal. Everything was going good. And we grew exponentially for a period of time, as a matter of fact, up until the late 90s. Then I hit a very serious speed bump. I needed to get some funds in order to, I guess you could say, in order to keep me in business, basically. The bottom fell out of the music industry and things became very, very difficult. I went to go get some loans, or try to get some loans from banks, other institutions, and quite frankly, they said very bluntly, we will not lend money to a dying. Instead of closing and saying, you know what, I ain't going to do this anymore, I'm going to do something else, I decided to keep with it. Didn't know how difficult it was going to be. I couldn't get a loan. Like I said, everybody just basically said, oh, that's the way they said it. We will not lend money to a dying industry. That's what their exact words were. So I didn't get anything. I was referred to ACCION through one of these institutions, which one I don't remember, but some financial institution, some bank, I suppose. And they guided me to ACCION. They actually loaned money to a dying industry. How about them apples? They actually did lend money. Basically, it saved me, is what it did. So, ACCION, you're really cool, man. It really helped me out a lot. More than that. Like I said, it basically saved me. I basically owe my business, up to a certain extent, to ACCION and what they did for me. They didn't turn me away, in other words. The reason I opened my business was actually almost not by mistake, but by chance. I went into a flea market this is 30 years ago. I went into a flea market to sell a bunch of junk and stuff. Part of the junk and stuff was records. Remember records? That's back in the day. 45s and LPs. Vinyl, as we call it. Still wonderful thing to utilize vinyl. I wish it was still back. But anyway, what happened was I was selling everything off at the flea market. I ended up selling some of the records, and by the end of the day, somebody came by and said, hey, do you buy records? And I said, no, I'm here to get rid of everything. And then they said, well, here's a box of records for you. Just give me $5 for it. You can have it all. And I looked at the records and I'm like, damn, those are good records. So I bought them. So instead of having one box of records, I had two. And the next week, basically the same thing happened, and I ended up with 3 boxes. And that's the way it happened. Little by little over the years, I kept accumulating boxes, and I kept selling, and I kept buying, and I kept selling, and it became into a business. That is something that I had always wanted anyway, but I had absolutely no clue how to open up. How do you open up your own business? That's a hard thing to do. Oh, I'm going to open up my business. I'm going to do it today. How did you do it? It's very difficult. I did it by chance. When I need a little bit more money to expand, to grow a little bit, I will go back to ACCION. I will ask them for the 4th time if they will lend me money. And I bet you for the 4th time they will tell me yes.